Hi, welcome to What's Up with DJ Now. Today we're making Instant Pot Beef Stew. And let's get started. I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get going here, and click the bell symbol to be notified of future videos. And I'm showing you some of the ingredients, but they will be linked in the description below. And let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we're going to set the pressure cooker to saute mode on the more setting, which is the highest temperature of the setting. It's set for 10 minutes automatically. Okay, now it says hot, so it is at its full hotness for sauteing. So we're going to go ahead and saute now. And we're going to go ahead and put in our onions. We're going to start sauteing our onions. And you want to put 3 tablespoons of oil in there of your choice, and then your onions. And then we're going to put our stew meat. Now I'm doing 2 pounds because I wanted extra meat. You can do 1 pound and do a smaller portion. But I'm doing 2 pounds today. I've done both. I've done 2 pounds before, and I've done 1 pound. I'm going to be sharing some of this stew, so I'm making a little extra. Excuse me. And then what you're going to want to do is stir your onions and your stew meat. And you're going to saute your meat, and just slightly brown it for maybe about 10 minutes at, like I said, the highest saute function temperature. And the onions automatically, as you know, if you cook, they kind of produce water. And so they kind of break down and come, translucent and caramelized in there. But you just kind of want to saute them and stir them around for about 10 minutes or so. You're not going to fully cook the meat. You're just going to brown it, sear it. And there's Sammy in the background. He smells food, so he comes checking things out. You've been watching my videos, you know Sammy's my boy. He's my little food assistant. I try and make him a part of it. So I'm still stirring it up. It's nice and sizzly in there. And beef stew is good. You can do other meats if you want. I always think of my mom with beef stew or this time of year because she'd always make good stew. And then we're just going to continue stirring. It's about to the color almost, and we're going to, stop sauteing. It smells really good with the onions and everything. Onions always smell so good when they're, browning and sauteing. And then here's just some still pictures to kind of show you the meat isn't completely done, but it's got a nice brown on it. Now, we're going to put in some V8 juice, a 64-ounce jug of the low sodium V8 juice for our base. And you're just going to put the whole thing right in there. And then the next thing we're going to be doing is the Better Than Bouillon beef base. It's, for bouillon, you don't have to do this. This is just optional. I have it. It's a really good product. They have the beef, they have chicken, they have garlic, they have all kinds of flavors. It's just going to add a little bit of extra flavor in there. But it's completely optional. You don't have to go buy this to make it. It will turn out perfectly still good without it. I'm just adding a little more flavor into it like I like to do. But I'm putting 2 teaspoons. And this is real versatile. You can use it for a lot of stuff. You can make bouillon, you know, your broth, beef broth with it. You can add it to gravies. You can, you know, do a lot of stuff with it. I always have the beef one and the chicken one because those are I use the most. But they also have a garlic one that's really good also. And you just put it in the fridge and it stays good for a long time. And then when you need some broth, you can easily make it with water. You don't need to buy the box broths or the canned broths. And then the next thing we're going to be putting, I'm going to put 10 quick dashes of Worcestershire sauce. Again, optional, but most people have it in their house. So I'm just going to do 10 dashes of that. And again, it just adds some extra flavoring. I'm going to add in a beef stew seasoning dry mix. You can get any brand you want. And we're going to stir all that together. Make sure that dry mix gets all incorporated in there and mixed up well. You want to make sure and scrape the bottom and make sure that there's no bits on the bottom stuck. So just use something about like this and just scrape the bottom. Make sure nothing is stuck down there. And now we're going to go ahead and add in our carrots and celery. It's 3 stalks of celery chopped up and about maybe 2 cups or 2.5 cups of baby carrots cut in half. You can use regular carrots, just cut them up. And then we're going to put 4 potatoes that have been chopped into big chunks, peeled and chopped. I'm putting a can of green beans that have been drained of the fluid and stirring those in. I was about to put in the second can and realized that the level of the pot is past the maximum level by a little bit. So I was a little worried. So I just put in 1 can of green beans for now. I'm going to add the other later. And now I'm putting in some garlic sea salt. And we're going to put some black ground fresh pepper. And again, it is a little bit past the level, but I'm hoping that it'll be fine. If you go a little bit past, it's not usually a big deal as long as you let it do a natural release. So I'm going to put on the lid as I'm trying to adjust the camera. Apologize for that. And I'm going to put on the lid there. And I'm just showing you the back that it is sealed. This pot automatically seals when you lock the lid. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set this and we're going to do pressure cook on the high setting, and we're going to put it to the normal right there in the middle at the top. And then we're going to set the time for 21 minutes. And it will turn on. And now that it's on, it will stay on and stay on until it reaches its full pressure, and then it will count down. Okay, now time has passed, and I did a quick release after it set for about 30 minutes. So I should take that back. It wasn't a quick release, but I'm releasing the rest of the steam. But there wasn't much steam because I let it do a natural release, meaning I did not release the pressure. I let it come down pressure by itself for about 30 minutes. You want to do that with soups and stews and things, otherwise they could splatter out of the top. So it's just a little tiny bit of steam that's left, but not much. Okay, we're going to take off the lid. Be careful, it's going to be hot. Put the lid in the little cradle there. You can see it's still bubbling up. All the carrots have come to the top. Oops, I had a jumper there. A carrot decided to end its life and jump out of the pot. So I'm just kind of stirring it, showing you how it looks. This smelled wonderful. It's very good. Stew's a very good, nice, good fall meal. I like it year-round, but especially at fall. You know, you want that nice warmness, that good kind of stew or soup or something warm to warm up your stomach. So it looked wonderful. Lots of potatoes, lots of carrots, green beans. I did add the second can of green beans now because green beans are basically already soft and cooked anyway. I just didn't want to add them whenever it was, you know, too high of a level. So I went ahead and added in the second can of green beans. You haven't seen me do that, but that's what I did. And just stirred them in, and they got hot with all the rest of them. The beans was the only thing in a can that I used. Everything else was fresh ingredients, meaning I peeled the potatoes, I used real carrots, all that stuff. And then here's just some still pictures. This is a 6-quart Instant Pot, so it's plenty for me. It's plenty for the average person. They do have bigger ones if you want to get them, but they're all different models. So let's plate some of this up. Here's some other still pictures. This stuff looks so good. I couldn't wait to eat it. A lot of people want to eat it. My brother likes it with crackers. I like it with bread and butter so I can sop up the juice. So it's your preference. Crackers, bread, you know, whatever you want to eat with it. And there's Sammy. He's, you know, knows his spot when it's time. And there's his big chunk of meat. Meat only. And here's me. I'm going to try some. My first bite. Sorry if the camera's a little wiggly. It's because I was trying to hold it so I could get it down low so you could see it. And oh, that was so good, that first bite. The meat was so tender. It was like, you know, no gristle, just falling apart in your mouth as you chewed it. Everything's tender and good. Here's my bread. I told you I like my butter and bread sopped in there. This is a really good meal. I really hope that you'll try it. I really want to thank you for taking the time to watch my video. And I would really hope that you would subscribe to my channel. It will really help me. Thank you. You guys have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.